What's up, guys? So welcome to the channel. I got a request to take a look at a plugin. It's called the Avalon VT-737sp, made by UAD and Avalon. It's a solid plugin, to be quite honest, and in the hardware version it's a godsend. So today we're going to be taking a look at this through Plugin Doctor. We're going to also take a look at the manual, and then we're going to plug it in on a mix. After that, we'll give our final say, and then we'll see what we can come up with. Also, I got some new padding within the room. I'd like to thank Xtuga for shipping out those pads for me. It was such a great addition to my room. Honestly, this room has changed sonically. It sounds so much more isolated. It feels like everything is bouncing off the walls clearly and effectively. So shout out to Xtuga for sending those out to me. I also have a video overviewing their sound panels if you would like to check that out as well. It's on the channel. Great company, great customer service, great contact overall. The guys over there really did keep communication healthy with me. So we'll start taking a look at the plugin here through Plugin Doctor, and then we'll move on forward. Alright guys, here it is. Here is the Avalon VT-737sp. Right off the bat, we'll go to linear analysis. Right off the bat, it cuts down on some of the lows, evens out at, I would say, negative 0.7, negative 0.5, then dips down at around 20,000 hertz. So going through the plugin here, you got your preamp gain, input select, which is kind of nice. You got your input modes, high pass frequency, threshold, compression, attack, release. You got your band selectors on the right here, your EQ section, and then you can choose where the bands are going to affect when a signal is getting pushed through the plugin here. So you got your low end going from 15 hertz to 150 and so on and so forth. So we'll go ahead and play around with some of the knobs here, and then we'll take a look at the manual here. Alright, so this is input gain. So input. What the input select here mainly does is it gives you more gain, so it kind of depends on if you're using a mic that might be quiet and you'd like to increase that gain. There might be some mics out there that might have some noise floors that are difficult to handle with, so that's what the input select is there for. You got your high pass frequency. Mainly this is just a filter, so if we engage it over here, if I can find it, there we go. That just engages the filter for a high pass frequency, high pass filter. We'll get on more into some of this section. This 4x4 increases the attack response to the signal, so you can really have the compressor hit that incoming signal hard. Here's your, basic threshold. Where do you want the signal to be compressed? And then this is the amount of compression. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, so 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 10-to-1, 20-to-1. This disengages the comp compressor. This selects whether or not you want the EQ before or after the comp, or vice versa, if you want the compressor before the EQ. Not much change there. There's your normal release. This light right here engages and disengages the plugin. And this is your EQ. So start playing with that. It starts filtering. It starts adding on. Low mids. High. Treble. Frequency selectors. You get the works with the equalizer here. Then you got your normal output. Then with this over here, you can change the color. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was fun. That was definitely fun. So let's take a look at some of the tests within Plugin Doctor here on other parameters. So right off the bat, the total harmonic distortion is doing pretty good. Nothing really to complain about on the top end or low end. Changed my mind. So we do have a little bit of distortion going on here on the bottom end, but overall there's not too many frequencies within the plugin here that's making me want to distance myself from this plugin. If this was higher, then I'd be a lot more concerned. If it was up in 100%, yeah, I'd be like, Avalon, what? Unless it's a plugin that's supposed to really kick, which there are plugins that do that. So overall, it's pretty good there. And I mean, I have the settings at a nominal level. There isn't, I mean, you can take it to an outrageous amount and really push it. Like if I was gonna start doing the high Qs and frequencies over here, and I started messing with more of the compression, you probably get a different response. We don't really need to try that out. So it's definitely adding color. Let's try to get, definitely adding some color there. I mean, you can, unfortunately, you can't even hear it, but it's definitely grabbing on some of the, that's basically noise, if I'm to assume. But you can see this purple pink, it's this pink line up here showing a response in some of the frequencies. Let's check out, so I mean, start putting in the compression. See if there's anything that, yeah, once you add the EQ, that's where things start getting a little weird. But that's, I'd say that's a perfect oval. And you can start messing with it. And this would be different to every single track and process that you throw through this plugin. Depending on what the frequency content is, this circle will look much more different. Concerned much about that. Let's go over here. So this can really test out the plugin's ability to shape and form the signal as far as how their compression works. So as you can see, I'm pretty much slamming with that ×4. We'll take that off and then bring in some more of that. Take that down. Bring this up. We do have a filter going on. Bring that down. Well, we'll move on from that portion of it. And then the performance. So this is very weird. I have never seen a performance graph look like this before, but it's running through my UAD satellite, and it's like the satellite is processing it on a maximum level during the beginning portion of it and then levels out. This graph confuses me, honestly. I would have to reach out to UAD to ask them what the deal is with the performance here, because I have no idea what I'm looking at right now. I can't, honestly, this can go both ways. It can be good and bad. As simple as that, because it goes right down the middle. Let's go ahead and take a look at this in a manual. Okay, so the Avalon VT-737sp is a dominant player in chart-topping pop, hip-hop, and R&B productions. Oh yeah. So there's a big section here that goes over the unison technology for universal audio interfaces. We're not gonna touch up on that because I do not have a universal audio I don't have a universal audio interface. Unfortunately, that's one of the best interfaces out there. I would say that's the industry standard for audio interfaces. If you were ever gonna get a high-end audio interface, I am having a hard time saying that word, I would get the universal audio, one of the best. Excelling on vocals, bass, acoustic guitar, voiceover work, this plugin emulates the hardware's gentle touch rather than adding squash or crunch. It's relatively transparent. Compression also make it perfect for stacking the compressor, again at mixdown, assuming that's adding 2 or more of these compressors. Super fast mode gives you 4 times faster attack, pushing the VT beyond its physical limits, affording you tons of new dynamic versatility. So they're talking about this right here. That's gonna give you some more attack. Scrolling through here, the EQ can be easily placed before or after the compressor, and the mid bands can be engaged as sidechain filters for laser focused compression. So you can use this over here as sidechain compression, so you can really start focusing on those mids and do some ducking with this plugin. This can help out with some frequencies that are standing out within the mid section. Your mids are the heart of tracks, so rightfully so. It's a pretty good idea to include that on this compressor. Moving on, the 32K high frequency air band. You can add delicate shimmer to everything that strings to background vocals to acoustic guitars. Of course, this channel strip isn't just for UA audio interface owners. This can be used on any plugin. It can be used in conjunction with any plugin. It can be used on any track. You don't have to have UAD hardware to control this unit. It can still give that legendary fat bottom and glassy top end textures, and a bevy of clear-eyed color, and a bevy of clear-eyed color. Saying that sounds weird. Alright, so it goes over some of the key features here. You guys can pause this and go over some of those. We're just going to keep moving on forward. Here's the signal flow, and this section is where it goes into detail about owning the UAD interface, which I don't have. So this right here is a little important. Let's go to input select. Switches the plugin between line and mic input. Gotta use caution because this does drive the signal a lot. There's also a high gain function on here. Pad is enabled. The input level is attenuated or lowered by 20 dB, and the pad is engaged when the switch is illuminated. Pad. Just had to switch it to mic. Note right there. Goes into the filter. Threshold, compression, attack, EQ comp. When the pre-switch is lit, the EQ circuit is routed before the compressor circuit, increasing tonal option flexibility. Meter, comp in, sidechain link, comp 4, bass gain, bass EQs, some more EQ stuff, frequency times 10, switch multiplies the center frequency of the mid-range band by a factor of 10, extending the available range of frequencies for the band. Your side change, equalizer, output. That's all I really want to go over with this in the manual. We gotta go to the mix here. We're closing in at a good amount of time here, so let's move on to the mix. Alright guys, so I got the Avalon here pulled up on a drum loop going through a bus, and we're gonna check it out to see how it does. Alright, and now we're just going to check it out on a different track here, and then we'll give our final opinion. Alright, so we're going to check this out on a vocal and with a preset, just to see what this really can do. Alright, so let's go.
Chasing every starlit dream, falling in the ocean of your arms. There is nothing we can't be, hearing all the freedom of this love. And we crash in the wake of the sunset. Every dream comes alive in your heartbeat. We are lost in the waves of the moment. I feel so free, chasing every starlit dream, falling in the ocean of your arms. There is nothing we can't be, hearing all the freedom of this love. And we crash in the wake of the sunset. Every dream comes alive in your heartbeat. We are lost in the waves of the moment. I feel so free, chasing every starlit dream, falling in the ocean of your arms. There is nothing we can't be, hearing all the freedom of this love. And we crash in the wake of the sunset. Every dream comes alive in your heartbeat. We are lost in the waves of the moment. I feel so free, chasing every starlit dream, falling, chasing every starlit dream, falling in the ocean of your arms. There is nothing we can't be, hearing all the freedom of this love. And we crash in the wake of the sunset. Every dream comes alive in your heartbeat. We are lost in the waves of the moment. I feel so free, chasing every starlit dream, falling in the ocean of your arms. There is nothing we can't be, hearing all the freedom of this love. And we crash in the wake of the sunset. Every dream comes alive in your heartbeat. We are lost in the waves of the moment. I feel so free, chasing.
Alright guys, there you have it. So the Avalon plugin is an absolute beast. Highly recommend it. This plugin does claim that it perfectly works on hip hop, pop, and R&B. I would honestly consider this plugin to be used on any and all kinds of genres. With that EQ, oh my gosh, I absolutely love that EQ. The sound of it is just precise and pristine, and it just brings out everything that's natural about the track on hand. Its responsiveness is top 10. The EQs that I've gone through, some of them would add distortion, some of them would sound filtered. There would be EQs that I would add that would not be able to focus so well on a frequency band. This plugin just nails all of that, all the above. It is raw, it adds character, it definitely adds a different piece to the puzzle. Unfortunately, you can't resize it. I've tried it, and it looks like the only way that you can resize it is through the control editor tab, where you can get a bunch of other knobs and play with them, basically you get a bunch of sliders, and that's how you control the plugin through there. And I don't really like that direction. That's just not really fun. I like to see the plugin. I like how you can change the colors of the plugin from day and night. It's overall an easy plugin to understand. You can open it up on the manual, and it's pretty clean cut and clear through the PDF's explanation of things, whereas some manuals, they'll include some language in there that's just like, good God, I don't know what you're saying to me. It's pretty clean cut and clear and to the point. Easy to navigate, easy to understand, powerful. You can slap this on all kinds of genres. Overall, I give this plugin a 4.5 out of 5. I'd even say like 4.8 out of 5 because that EQ section is unheard of. I mean, oh my gosh, I absolutely love that EQ section. If I had the hardware unit, the sky is the limit with this compressor. You're getting what you're paying for if you get the hardware unit and the software unit on UAD's website. Check it out, guys. It's available on UAD. Sometimes they have some deals out there where you can get 50 to 60 or 75% off. Check out the channel. I actually just switched my website to djcavio.com. So right now, if you want to log on to my website, it's djcavio.com now. It's not cavio.net. So that changed as well. Oh yes, and be sure to check out Xtuga. I'm going to be doing a video over there, acoustic paddings. Check out that video, see what you guys think. It absolutely adds a difference in this room. I've noticed it. There's definitely a difference with the amount of frequencies that are being controlled inside this room. There's definitely a change in sound in this room. I can tell you that right now. There is something different in here, and it feels much more isolated, feels much more controlled. I feel like my mix decisions are going to be much more precise with this padding installed. So shout out to Xtuga for supplying those for me. Check out the channel on YouTube. Look through some of those videos on there. Subscribe, and that's all we have for today, guys.